Hello and welcome. As an AI expert with deep experience in modern hospitality, I'm pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Today, we're diving into a skill that is absolutely critical to your success: negotiation. But, we're not just talking about getting a deal signed. We're talking about what happens after the ink is dry and how you turn every single contract into a lasting, profitable partnership.
You see, most people view a signed contract as the finish line. The race is over, right? Wrong. In our industry, that signature is the starting pistol. This one idea is really what separates the true professionals from the amateurs. A contract isn't the end of the conversation, it's the very beginning of the relationship. And how you manage it from day one, well, that's what truly defines your success.
All right, let's start with a scenario we all face: contract renewals. It is so easy to treat these as just, admin work, another box to tick on a long to-do list. But I'm telling you, that is a huge mistake. A real pro sees every single renewal as a strategic opportunity to evaluate, to refine, and ultimately to strengthen a partnership.
So what do I actually mean when I say strategic? Well, it means you're not just rolling over the same old terms. No way. It means you're conducting a really thorough review. How did this partnership actually perform? What was the real value delivered? Not just for you, but for them too. And what should we expect from each other moving forward? The key here? This is not based on feelings or hunches. It's all grounded in cold, hard, objective data. And this is the data that tells the complete story. Before you even think about scheduling that renewal meeting, these numbers have to be your foundation. And we're not just talking about room nights here. That's just the start. We're looking at the total picture: their F&B spend, how much meeting space they used, even what their guests had to say. Each one of these metrics is like a chapter in the story of your partnership. It's how you build a case that's impossible to argue with.
Now look at this. A simple scorecard like this one is an incredibly powerful tool. It does more than just show numbers. It instantly establishes your credibility. It proves you've done your homework and that this conversation is going to be based on facts, not just opinions. I mean, when you can walk in and show a client they over-delivered by 10%, you're not really negotiating anymore, are you? You're celebrating a shared win.
And that brings us to a really powerful psychological move. Always, always lead with their success. When you start the conversation by celebrating how well they performed, you immediately change the whole dynamic. It's not a confrontation, it's a collaborative review. You've just shifted the entire conversation from me versus you to us. That sets a positive foundation for everything that follows.
But let's be realistic. Not every conversation is about celebrating success. Sometimes the market takes a turn and you're forced into renegotiations under a ton of pressure. This right here is where a true professional proves their worth, managing those tough conversations when the stakes are incredibly high.
And often, the things that trigger these talks are completely out of anyone's control, right? A sudden recession, some kind of global event. It can mean that a contract that was perfectly fine a few months ago is suddenly just not realistic for your client anymore. Understanding these outside pressures is the absolute first step to finding a way forward together.
This slide really captures that central conflict perfectly. On one side, your client is feeling the squeeze. They need to cut their budget, they need more flexibility, and they need it now. But on the other side, you've got your own commercial realities. You have a responsibility to protect your hotel's bottom line and its stability. Every single successful renegotiation has to find a solution right in the middle of this tug-of-war.
So, what's the secret? The key, and this is everything, is balance. You absolutely have to show genuine empathy for your client's situation. They have to feel that you get it, that you understand their challenges. But empathy doesn't mean you just throw your own commercial responsibilities out the window. The real goal is to find a solution that respects their problem without creating a brand new one for your business.
Okay, so whether you're in a routine renewal or a full-blown crisis renegotiation, the same core principles always apply. So let's pull all of this together into a practical toolkit that you can use in pretty much any situation you're going to face. Think of this four-step process as your playbook. Number 1, listen. And I don't mean just wait for your turn to talk. I mean really listen to understand their core problem. 2, be transparent. Be honest about your own operational limits and what you can and can't do. 3, get creative. Brainstorm solutions that go beyond just cutting the price. And finally, number 4, stay calm. No matter how tense things get, professional composure is your superpower, because emotion always clouds judgment.
Now here's a secret weapon for that toolkit.
When a client is under pressure, what's the first thing they almost always ask for? A rate cut. But often what they really need is flexibility. So maybe you can offer a more forgiving cancellation policy or a different payment schedule. You'd be surprised. These kinds of structural changes can feel like a lifeline to a client, and they often cost you a lot less than just slashing your rates.
And, at the end of the day, every one of these actions helps you build your most valuable asset, trust. Trust isn't built in one big moment. No, it's earned in the small things. It's earned through honesty about what you can't do, a real willingness to find a middle ground, and a constant focus on being fair. And it's all locked in with clear, consistent communication long after the meeting ends. So, why does all of this matter so much? Because the ultimate goal isn't just to sign one deal or to survive one tough quarter. It's about something so much bigger. It's about transforming a simple transaction into an enduring, valuable partnership. It might sound a little strange, but navigating a crisis together can sometimes be the best thing that ever happens to a business relationship. Seriously. When you handle a really difficult renegotiation with integrity and professionalism, you prove that you're a reliable partner, not just another supplier. And that experience, it builds a level of respect and loyalty that a simple, easy contract never could.
And this is the end game. When you approach every single negotiation with this mindset, the entire relationship transforms. You move beyond just buying and selling. You become a true collaborator, and you build a partnership that can weather any storm and thrive for years and years to come.
So, as you move forward in your careers, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Challenges are always going to pop up. The market will always be unpredictable. In those tough moments, your actions are what will define you. So ask yourself, will you be just another vendor? Or will you be the kind of indispensable partner that clients truly value, trust, and remember for years to come? The choice, of course, is yours.